Mr. President, my colleagues, and Senator Dilan, thank you for being so gracious to answer some of the questions. But I have to tell you that, once again, there are regions of the state getting the short end of the stick, if you will. There are roads and bridges throughout the state, and there is more to the state than the MTA region. And although I have great respect and have been supportive when I chaired the committee of the MTA region, we always had parity. And parity meant that whatever went to the MTA went to the road and bridge plan. Senator Dilan, last year, in April, when the budget was passed, I asked you on the floor if there would be a road and bridge plan, if there would be parity. And you said to me, yes, Senator, in October. October of 2009 has come and gone. We are now in June of 2010. There is no parity for upstate roads and bridges. I turn to some of my colleagues from upstate New York, and I would defer to Senator Albertine, Senator Valesky, who on 2009, and I plead, gentlemen, for your help here. On 2009, you had a release that went out. And because of my age, I need glasses to read it. Can't find my glasses, so I'll borrow Senator Skelis's. Oh, these are pretty good. In 2009, my colleagues, Senator Valesky and Senator Albertine, put a release out. And in that release, they talked about the plan announced today will keep the MTA solvent and provide accountability, which has been sorely lacking in this authority for decades. I concur with you, gentlemen. You're absolutely right there. Certainly a plan without rate hikes or cuts in services is a good move for the state's economy. Then you went on to say, but what we've got alone here with this legislation is a renewed commitment to Upstate, which will ensure road and bridge projects throughout the state will be a priority as we put a 5-year plan together. Well, gentlemen, I guess you kind of feel the same way I do today, because there is no Upstate 5-year road and bridge plan. The plan isn't there. And both Senator Albertine and Senator Valesky, I know that you have the same issues that I have in my district and many of us have as upstaters. And it's not fair that there's a 5-year MTA plan, but yet the road and bridge plan gets ignored. And that the difference in funding in the MTA plan versus the road and bridge plan is 31% more for the MTA. In 20 years in this House, in 20 years there was always parity, there was always shares. If you live in upstate New York or in the Hudson Valley or in Long Island, you're getting the short end of the stick here again, and I think we had this discussion last week, but it seems to keep coming up. Mr. President, this is not a good way to do business. And then not only do we eliminate the shares, but we give the governor, no matter who it is, the opportunity to make those decisions on whether roads in Senator Bonasek's district get fixed or Senator Albertine's district gets fixed. Senator Fischilla's district, instead of equally dividing the money up by shares throughout the state so that each district gets its fair share and representation, the way we have done it. But oh no, we'll give more to the MTA because the mass transit in New York City is much more important than the roads and bridges on Long Island, the Hudson Valley, and upstate New York. Mr. President, I would call upon my fellow upstate colleagues on the Democratic side of the aisle, even Senator Stokowski. Buffalo is upstate, the last I knew, Senator Breslin. Help us here. Don't let upstate get shortchanged. Senator Valesky, who's not here, I wish he was, Senator Albertine, as you said in your release, there would be a plan, but unfortunately there is no plan. We need a plan for upstate road and bridges. This bill does not provide that plan, Mr. President. Upstate gets the short end again.
Thank you, Senator Libous. Senator